Okay, let's wait for a while. Is it live yet?
Yeah, it's live on Facebook. It says live on Facebook.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Let me just make sure that it's really live on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one time it was not live at all.
Yeah, understand.
Awesome. Okay, now it's really live on Facebook. Hello, parents. Thanks for being here. And if you are here again, this will be your second guest interview. And today we have a good friend of mine, Caleb Ho, and he's joining us to share with us technologies creating a growing divide in tutors. What does it mean for you? Hello, Caleb.
Hello. Thanks for inviting me, John.
Thanks for being here. So let me just do a brief intro of the profile of Caleb so that you know where he's coming from, and later you can just share some backstory of how you end up doing what you are doing, what you love doing, what you're doing today. Yeah. So Caleb
Yeah.
is an educator and author, as well as he's in business development of pencil learning technologies. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. I think there are so many questions to ask you because when I look at all the words in your profile, so many questions just spark off. All right, never mind. The time goes back to you first. So share with us your backstory.
Okay, maybe I'll just do like reply to the questions, some of the questions you have, easier, right?
Okay, lor. Okay,
What's
can.
interesting for you to find out for your parents?
Can. Anything lah.
Yeah. Okay, I've been teaching for the last 15 years,
Oh.
12 years focusing on a particular subject. I teach accounting.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always been fascinated with technology, education, and really good design of learner experiences.
Mm-hmm.
One of my main excitement was when I went for the tech conference in 2011,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw the Khan Academy, Salman Khan being awarded the TED Prize.
Awesome.
Yeah, so super inspired. Yeah, and that began the journey of going through the entire discovery on how to bring that to Singapore. So in 2014, I launched an experimentation to bring my own courses online, and at that time, I think the market wasn't ready because I mean, if you have parents calling and then checking out a lesson, it's always one-to-one or the small group classes that I run at the different locations, and really the interest wasn't there lah. And then in 2018, SLS came up, so that's driven by the education ministry. So there was interest. My then mentor, she called me up in July 2018 and said, "Hey, Caleb, will you be able to come out with a portal for learning accounting so that I can send it to all the schools in Singapore to, use it as a platform for them to catch up with lessons or have like explanations done for that subject."
Mm-hmm.
So I said, and then like she said, can you do it in 3 months? I'm like, oh no, like it's a super busy period. So then during the holidays that year, I started doing production. So I have like a mini home studio set up to produce the content for that purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, in that journey, there was a lot of things. I learned how to speak properly to the camera. I was testing out different learning management systems, find ways to streamline and make sure the entire digital learning and teaching experience is good lah. So there was a lot of learning, and of course, in 2019, before the whole COVID situation happened this year, I tested my learning portal and making sure it works for the students who are attending my lessons lah. So in this year when COVID happened, it was pretty easy for me to just snap in the entire going online thing because I've been practically on it for by then maybe close to 18 months with like all the equipment and workflows already prepared. So even then, the challenge was actually for parents and students to get used to the entire learning experience. Perhaps maybe because you have a mixed quality in terms of their experiences with their other home-based learning or their other tuition subjects. So it's like a very uneven learning experience. Yeah, and that's my journey so far. And in February, I was introduced to the company I'm working with right now, Pencil Learning Technologies. And that's when I see this product, that platform that has come to the market for tutors, built by Google and Facebook veterans, being very useful against all the learning management systems that I've looked at. Yeah, so that's like my little backstory. Is not exactly very short, but that's me lah. The long and short of it.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. And okay, because I know that's your background and your interest has always been in edutech stuff. Yeah. Okay. Parents, just to give you an idea, how wise Caleb is. It's like, for example, if you need some app, then you need some app with certain function. And if you text him, you'll get the answer back straight away. Yeah, so he is very, very knowledgeable in all these apps and tech platform. And then if you tell him more about your needs, then he can give you very, very specific recommendation based on your needs. Yeah, great.
It's a very high bar you set, John.
Yeah, but parents, please don't text Caleb. He's busy with his students unless you sign your children up for his accounting tuition online class. All right. Okay. So I think that this open up a whole array of questions for discussion. Because I am hearing that you joined this team to develop new edutech platform. Yeah, but I think at the same time, it also may mean that some of the platforms that we have, or most of that in the market right now, may not serve as much as they are meant to be. So in your opinion, what are some of the key features of an edutech platform that can benefit the end users?
Now, if you ask me, I feel that the main reason why we have a challenge in terms of platform delivery is that there is nothing in the market now that specifically deals with the challenges of academic nature kind of setup. Now, most of the platforms that you see outside, right? If you let's say run your own subject, for LB, right? You have your content on a learning management platform. When you go in, you realize that these platforms are designed for courses that may or may not be specifically useful for math. Yeah, not for tuition in Singapore. Like homework workflows, you have like authoring courses. You can think about micro learning in bite-sized videos, so that can be done on the content production side. But when you consider the impact on sharing with the students, tagging the video to a specific question, for example, that's one of the things that cannot be done as an all-in-one kind of approach. That is very important. You have administrators who are frustrated with questions like quality of teachers, is it even? So there's no training platform, okay, for the teachers to, let's say, provide the same kind of experience using the methodology that you have, for example, across all the students. So you're talking about, again, varying experiences for parents and students, very frustrating multiple apps that they have to deal with. You have one app for attendance taking, you have one app for streaming, you have one app for virtual whiteboard, you have one app for billing and payment, you have one app for conversing and interacting with WhatsApp, submit homework, right? So you pass it to your teacher and then grading. Yeah, so a lot of these things teachers are grappling with. You talk about the person who gets affected the most is really the students and the parents at home. you have the SLS in school, right? Even that, the teachers are using apps like Class Dojo to communicate with the teachers.
Yep.
Then if you take 3 different subjects, sometimes the teacher will use interactive tools like Kahoot and Padlet to engage the class.
Yep.
And if you have another 2 tuition class for the students, the entire number of apps, you are literally the marketplace now at home. So you're dealing with so many things just to make the whole learning happen. And that removes the attention to where it's needed the most, the focus, which is the students. So that's the thing that I find challenging in my own journey, to find the platform that's really suitable to make learning easy and to make learning better.
Yeah, just to add on to what you have shared, I think I can share my experience as a parent. Yeah, so when MOE announced that there'll be this parents gateway, which is I mean, my interpretation is that this app will be the one and only app that all parents will use, and is an app to disseminate information. So I was so glad that so finally there's only one app. Yeah, because I was dealing with Class Dojo, and also there's this Remind app. Yeah, and I have 3 girls, so 2 of them are in primary school. But later, when the Parents Gateway came out, I was so shocked that it's only for the ministry to use. I mean, that's my experience. So end up the teachers of my younger child's my middle child's class still have to go back to Class Dojo. Then later, my eldest child, her teachers still use the Remind app. Then I was like, what? So I thought there's this solution here, but yet it's not a solution because the problem still persists as an end user. Yeah. So I'm so glad that whatever you're doing now, I hope you can find a really one-stop plus final stop chop station for parents like us. Yeah.
Yeah, but I honestly, I really have to give a lot of respect for parents struggling with HBL, with work from home during the circuit breaker season. But at the same time, because I have a lot of teacher friends,
Correct.
so I appreciated the fact that they step up. It's insane. I mean, like they were looking to try HBL for 1 or 2 runs before doing 100%, and then overnight everyone is sent home. You just imagine the amount of hours these school teachers have to digitize their lessons. And you look across the board, when you have technology being presented and you want to implement like for MOE, you are looking at 400,000 students with like 30,000 teachers.
That's crazy.
They are not trained or primed to do 100% e-learning, because the entire engagement and how to engage the kids live, or like preparing learning packages to upload on SLS is a whole different gameplay. I went through that. I had to develop content that's specifically for the small screen. I have to do like quizzes in between. Now the teachers may have learned it like a module or 2 or workshops, but expecting them to be doing this effectively using technology with what was given, I felt that they really did a good job. I mean, there's like different reports about learning experiences, but I mean, the teachers really step up. I'm sure you've seen like teachers doing different creative ways to teach, right, to engage the kids. Yeah. So given the limitations and what we had, SLS is good for what we needed at that point in time. It was better than in other countries where there was nothing at all. That would have hampered learning. So what we do at Pencil is to provide that and more to help basically teachers who are willing to use technology to alleviate all their thing. Basically, if you have any headache for delivery, we will be there to clear up and bring back the focus to the students.
Great. Yes, I actually applaud you in a sense of like because nowadays I think that the technology is mature enough to take on a lot of the routine task of the
Yes.
teachers. And I mean I also want to thank the teachers as well, because I think they sign up for the job or the passion.
Yes.
Um, I truly believe that they are there to teach, and they shouldn't be spending other time to dabble with all these admin tasks, which takes them away from their zone of genius. Yeah, so I thought if if the apps are all properly done, and with all the monotonous tasks all confined together under a platform, it will really work wonders for the teachers to better perform their role, which is teaching. Yeah, teach
Yes.
the students and engaging them.
You're right. I really agree with you. I always say, right, if you do education, you must have, pardon me lah, I'm just going to use Chinese lah. Must have the 教育者的心. You must have the heart lah for the kids. If not, whether you are doing teaching in school or you are teaching privately, you won't be able to sustain for very long if you are just like out there to and think that this is like making an easy living, you know. The main thing we want to look at as we approach this season of uncertainty is to be able to lead our children with compassion, preparing them not just for exams, but knowing that what they learn from the educators is beyond our values. We build resilience, we build curiosity out from any platform we teach from, whether it's online or face-to-face. That core is the same. Our mission is really to better what we already have. It's not to make anything new, but it's to enhance and multiply the impact.
Great. Yeah. So from my experience, what are some of the key traits of being a good educator? And I think that I mean, I did ask you a few times, and of course other guests, but I think that why I want to ask you, because you are doing the edutech platform, and I think that the key traits of educator should be able to shine, be it offline and online as well. So in your opinion, what are some of the key traits, and how can the technology better magnify what they are doing?
I liken the ability for the teachers to connect, right? Very much engaging the students, the being one of the most important. By that I mean you want to be so adept, so good with your tools of trade. In day and age is digital teaching, right?
Yep.
That if you're doing a good job, they won't notice that you are so good with the tech. That means the tech is literally invisible. So let me like it's a bit like if you are beautiful, nobody need to tell you you know, right? So what you want to achieve in terms of proficiency with tech is to be good enough such that you don't become a distraction. I mean, like last time, let's say, I mean, we are old enough to remember OHP days, right? You have to bring the thing in, you got two person bringing the thing, like it's like everybody is waiting for the setup.
Last switch the light bulb, last switch a bulb when it bursts.
Then you got to call the AV team or something. Then the whole lesson will be stopped, right? So if you're looking at the disasters that happened during the circuit breaker for digital teaching, is the Zoom breakout room don't know how to handle. You don't know where to click. You spend 15 minutes doing your setup and figuring that's a problem for someone who doesn't. It's not. We don't really have like a choice now. No, you literally either you embrace or you get exited by the coming trends, right? But I mean, at the core of it, my personal approach in terms of trade, right, is you need to have a relationship with the students. So my personal philosophy, like, at least with what I've been doing for the last 10-15 years, is really to build rapport with the students, get them to like you. Then by the effect, get them to like the subject, and doing well is a byproduct. So that's my own learning journey. I tend to do better with the teachers I like. And I mean, one of my favorite TED Ed talks was every kid needs a champion. So I'm not sure whether you've heard of that talk, but it's worth listening to. And yeah, and what we hope to achieve is to let the teachers actually focus on that, and we handle all the paperwork, or we automate for teachers so that they can focus on the students. So that's my view. The teachers should focus on what they do best, teach and make an impact.
And I know that you personally do teach as well. So
Yes.
in your experience, how do you, and I heard that engagement and connection are some of the key traits or key aspects of a good learning experience. So as a tutor, how do you use the platform to better connect and engage your students?
There are some things that technology cannot replicate, no matter how advanced, right? One of the main thing is empathy. How do you connect with the students' empathy? How do you empathize with what students are going through? Right. Before COVID, I had different classes. Then you can sense the energy and the pulse in a classroom setting. You know how a student go through a long day, then they are very tired. They will look. They have a certain look, and then if they're confused, they have a certain look. Now, when you go online, right, they turn off the camera. What do you do?
So they turn off or turn on?
So if they turn off the camera, they are not. I mean, they are not like my kids are not the primary school kids. So you scold them, then they come. They literally if they turn off the camera, you can't force them. But what happens is you actually know that they are not doing okay, because if in a typical class you see them, right?
Correct.
And they take X number of minutes to finish a question. Then maybe this lesson online, then they are taking like a lot more time. So they may tell you, "Oh, I'm tired from CCA." But if it happens over and over again, then you know that something's not right, lah. Yeah. So I picked that up because of the experience as a teacher for that long. So when we went back to face recently, we just had a chat. Then he said, "Wow, I really hated the lessons online. You know, like there are some students who cannot take it. Of course, then does it mean that my teaching was bad? Maybe, but he enjoyed coming back to face. So there's different ways that they like to connect with the teachers. I think we work on the fact that we have to acknowledge the fact that learning begins with a relationship. That's very dear to me, and dear to me. And you can literally make some effort to lead with compassion, especially during this time. I am also maybe just to share a bit because the entire mood during the pandemic is a bit you want to have a pulse on their mental well-being. So I ask a lot more often in my classes, whether it's online or hybrid. I have face-to-face classes where students streaming at the same time. So I ask whether they are okay more often and more intentionally. So as I ask more often, some students open up. So I have more cases of hearing about students going through depression, needing counseling or therapy, bullying cases, and that comes from being sensitive when they look like they are not picking things up in school. Sometimes the parents will tell you, but more often it's just about asking. And like this kind of relationship, you can't do that with technology. You know what I mean? So those traits are still core, if you ask me. I personally do not think that any technology can replace relationships and empathy that humans do.
What are some of your other experiences that work very well when everything is brought online during the circuit breaker?
Oh, what are the kind of experiences? So you imagine, so my typical lesson format could be an hour of teaching and half an hour of practice, right? That's, I mean, it's a bit same with math or physics or econs. Now, what I am able to do with technology is to onboard students that comes in at a different time frame and still do well. Yeah, so I mentioned, unlike many tutors who became an online tutor because of COVID, I was testing out and making sure it works already since last year in class. I'm able to, with a good platform, deliver 3 to 4 different topical revision in the same classroom because of the way you configure the lesson. With COVID and circuit breaker, parents are calling in not at the same time, right? So for example, we don't have the mid-year exams this year.
Yep.
Right. So parents are calling in and realizing their child needs help, maybe in a different week of the circuit breaker. Some don't dare to call because they don't know if I ask them to go for face-to-face, right? Then what's going to be the conclusion? So I am able to get students coming in at different times to do the same topic because it's already, I have pre-recorded lessons and there are mechanisms built in to test the conceptual understanding. And I go in to just help them catch up where there are gaps. Yeah, where there are gaps in their understanding. Yeah. So we get different, I can have a group of 4 or 5 students that's coming online. And what helps is I don't have to deal with scheduling. I can do consultation lessons at 9 p.m. For half an hour because the bulk of the teaching is already handled by the platform.
Wonderful. And I think the commonly used word by you, I mean, that's why I call things like platform technology. Yeah. And I think that's really a good direction because a lot of times, just like the experience of a school teacher, I mean, based on the stories that are shared by my friends who are school teachers, many of them love to teach. At the same time, they felt drained by the admin. Yeah. So I think as a private tutor like yourself, where, and you have the freedom and power to choose whatever platform you want to use, which I'm sure that some of, or many of them have actually helped you to take away the monotonous admin tasks so that you can focus on teaching and better deliver and help your students. Yeah, so I thought that's a really a good direction.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, school teachers may not have the liberty to use whatever platform they want, even though that it may be better.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I think as private educators, we have the option to not spend time doing laborious menial tasks, but to spend time thinking about how to better engage. I think that's I think that's our space to work with the students. Yeah, I really agree with you that it's not the same with school teachers. They have a lot on their plates.
All right, and I remember you telling me that you have prepared some slides for us. Yeah. So
Yeah.
right.
I mean, we've actually practically gone through some of these things. So yeah, I'll just share a little.
Yep. Go ahead. Yep.
Yeah. So my company, Pencil Learning Technologies. So our mission is to better education. Yeah. So what does it mean? The main thing we are designing for is to be able to capture attention in a sea of like attention starved students. You know, they're on TikTok, IG, Facebook. The founder and the core team are literally from the same guys that design Instagram and Facebook. So we are looking to build that in to our platform and deliver that kind of engagement with students. Yeah. Basically, what you will look like when you experience the platform is to be able to have personalized students experience. And I mean, you know, right, if you were to provide that on a face-to-face basis, you probably spend like 6 hours preparing a set of worksheets for 4 different students to be able to do that. And we want to take that off the plate. Because already learning isn't easy. For the kids, there's like motivation factors. It's a very stressful environment that we're operating in. Students are like quite anxious and easily bored. Online, you can just click another tab, right? And you get distracted. Yeah. So my point throughout, right, is really about the fact that if the teachers use the platform efficiently, there is really a lot more benefit net compared to, let's say, a combination of students and teachers using it, or students only. So this is based on the McKinsey research. Okay, and globally, that is the outcome that we're looking at in terms of whose hands technology is on. The outcome has always been, if the tutor or educator is adept with the technology, the outcome is generally good for areas like reading and also especially in maths and science subjects.
So I think I just want to chip in my opinion on this is I think for parents who are watching this, okay, I think sometimes there may be this myth that the technology is going to replace the teacher. No, I always believe that the teacher, I mean, a good teaching experience still need to be delivered by a teacher who has a heart to teach. Yeah. The technology wise, I think it's more like to magnify the teachers teaching, as well as because he's such a good teacher, technology is able to connect him with students who need his help or his teaching. Yeah, so I guess that like what Caleb has mentioned just now, the technology shouldn't be the device that handicap the teaching. It should be to make the teaching easier so that the teacher, being so good in what he's doing, can reach out to more students. I mean, that's what I feel.
Yeah, well, John, you can 举一反三, like you get the gist of it so fast. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, it is a journey. But you're absolutely on point. I think the main thing is, not to have to handle so many things.
Yeah, because
get
I
a
think
concept across.
Yeah, because I think that it's okay. In my opinion, it's really hard to get a good teacher. I mean, everyone can teach, but it doesn't mean that anyone who teach is a good teacher. I mean, we do have our fair share of experience when we were younger. We like some teachers and we hate some.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like there are some students who, regardless the kind of teacher they have, they will do well one. But I mean, I'm not one of them. So teachers is like a 一日宗师 lah, right? Once you have a teacher that makes an impact, it's a lifelong thing that stays with you. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. And why should teachers be relegated to a small role, right? Because they are overwhelmed with burdensome admin, or like paperwork. Yeah, we want to bring that and eradicate so they can focus long. Yeah, I mean, to the end, for our platform, we provide like a intelligent library where you can use the same core materials, okay, to generate different kind of output, whether it's for publishing your study guides. I have so I have like my little study guide here, new syllabus coming out. So I'm going to be using the platform to generate out from the system in a one-click format.
Wow.
With another click, I can use one question and do a presentation, teach on a virtual whiteboard to my students. Students can consume the same lesson on my recorded videos, practice their questions and get graded. Yeah, and if I want to say select and personalize questions for, let's say, weaker students, I practically just need to click a few things and press print. The whole thing comes out and it's a worksheet that I can use it readily in the classroom. Yeah, printed for different sets of students in the same class. This alone is, I think, a lifesaver for many time-starved teachers and administrators. Yeah. So whether it's coming to making content, we make it so easy that it will make sense. And of course, clearly we are not there to if you already are invested in like certain platforms, we can work it through and make it work for your existing workflow. You don't have to throw away your Zoom account because we have call a tutor function kind of thing. You can use what we have to help your students based on their needs. So you're looking at things like mass personalization and really streamlining it such that in comparison to something like this, you look at a platform that can simply help a student do this. Yeah. One of our clients is the founder of Stanford Online High School. So this is what he says about the platform. Yeah. So we look at actually amplifying the capabilities of teachers. You're right. So it's not about replacing. It's about amplification. It's about impact. Yeah. And meet the student where they are. Not like knowledge is everywhere. You guide them to discovery. You inspire curiosity, right? And then we help families, parents to support learning at home. So I mean, John, you do a lot of parents seminar, and I think you know how valuable it is for a parent to be equipped to teach their kids at home, to be that support. So we make that happen seamlessly without needing so many pieces of apps and technology. Yeah. Then I mean, if you run an operation, we have clients that have more than 1,000 students in their centers. This like operational insight is huge because you can basically make sure that your tutors are teaching the same kind of quality across the board, and they don't feel bad if they don't have to look for a senior teacher and then like feel bad about asking how to teach kind of situation if they need, because our platform provides that leave taking, like scheduling situation is all taken care of, because that's our mission. Any pain point you can imagine which can be automated or like streamlined, this is like a dream for me, at least when I first saw it. And I think that's the reason why I celebrate now, knowing that I feel I'm always feeling the need to be at the cutting edge to deliver great learning experiences. So it's like a personal mission for me to put a pencil in the hands of every learner and every teacher and every parent.
Awesome. Just curious, because I think when I talk about technology, I also remembered there's also this tech called augmented reality. Yes. And for parents who are not very sure what this is, if you play Pokemon, I think it also uses AR. Yeah, or any other games that, like for example, Walking Dead, you shine you point your camera towards a space in your room, in your home, as in your real home. Then suddenly you can see this zombie, or for Jurassic Park, it will be the dinosaur jumping on your table. Yeah. So will you, in your opinion, do you think AR can be part of the tool in the local education scene as well?
I think in as far as innovation happens, innovation is hard work, right? So there are existing tools. If and when they make sense, we wouldn't go and reinvent the wheel. We work extensively with our partners to make some things happen. I wouldn't say so much for AR because I have my own use case lah. So I'll just quickly share because this AR thing is pretty exciting for me as an educator.
Also, you mean you sorry, because I think I heard you say you also use AR.
Oh, right. I was
so high tech.
I can tell you some of the things I was looking at lah.
Okay.
So like accounting, right? You learn things like source documents. So rather than the kids,
Sorry, what again?
like invoices, right? Receipts.
Okay.
If you tell an adult, they know what it means lah. You tell a 15, 16-year-old, they're like, huh? You tell them about bank statements. I mean, they don't have a bank statement that shows you all the expenses. So what you want to do is, let's say with AR, you can look across a page, and then you can see the document coming up, right? And that's a lot of fun. Yeah. But I think these are eventualities in terms of the advancements. Truth to be told, I think we are as proud as we are with the Singapore brand of education and curriculum. We're pretty behind in terms of adoption of edutech thing, like compared to, let's say, places like India and China. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I think you're right. These are spaces that we look at integrating the entire learning experience. However the teachers or the subject requires it. We have we're consulting with the professor from Stanford he's a Nobel Prize laureate, right? And then he has done simulations on PhET simulation. So these are all done up HTML5 simulations that can already be embedded into the system. Just a quick story. Last year I was in South Africa, Cape Town, and I purchased the accounting book for CAPS. CAPS is like their GC, and inside, right, they have QR codes that allow you to scan and go straight into the the publisher's videos as recorded. So what happened is the publisher worked with the telco of the country to allow students to watch these videos for free. That means no charge to the data. Yeah, and that kind of capability is only for direct link to the videos. What we have is these are ideas that we have to help students experience the same kind of technology. I think adoption and integrations is a function of timing. Right now it's going to be faster than before. Parents are more open and willing, but I think the main thing is to realize and accept that digital teaching is here to stay. Yeah, it's really like newspaper when like social media is here. So and Grab and Uber before Comfort, right? Taxis. So you need to know the seasons. I do not think that it's a function of once COVID is over, the pandemic is over, this digital thing is is here to stay.
Great. Yeah, and I like the idea when you shared that you can just scan the QR code in the CPAS book, is it? And then it links to the video or some extra resource for the kid. Yeah, and I thought it's pretty cool because I think while you said that, I think it really puts us like many years behind in the sense of okay, if we look at our children's textbooks, right, it's still the same old style, just text all the way, and you don't see any like even a simple use of QR code because QR code is free. Yeah, and then so the QR code can be linked to some extra resources for the kids to better understand, or the book itself can be turned into just a network of videos.
Yes.
And it's awesome, man. I mean, I can imagine the scalability of this idea.
Yeah. I mean, to give our teachers some credit, at least for my subject, the new syllabus that I'm talking about, the textbook has some QR codes. It's just that the funny thing, of course, is when I look at the publisher for the South African textbook, is 2015. So a bit behind, but
5 years behind.
We're getting there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought that I mean the other crazy idea that I have is probably at the front of all the textbooks, right, can have this customized QR code that is matched to the ID of the teacher. So it goes to the library just for her to put in resources just for her students. I thought it can be quite cool as well. Okay, so now yeah, so now let me try my luck because I asked about AR and then you said you're doing it or you are dabbling into it. Yeah, so let me try to ask about VR.
VR.
Yeah, VR.
Okay.
Yeah, or even holographic technology. Do you think will be there?
In terms of what?
Holographic technology. So the students go they go to the class and then the teacher's hologram is there.
I think we can go to wherever our imagination takes us.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Yes, I agree.
In 2014, when I started, right, what were the main complaints about online? Data, right?
Yeah.
And then speed, right? Because
Why so
at
cheap?
that time, data is expensive, still expensive. You're going like 2 gig for, don't know, $40 a month or $30 a month, right?
Yep.
Data prices has plunged. We have 5G coming.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a function of timing and hardware support. Yeah, if you're gonna launch a hologram teacher, right? So it's gonna come out from somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if our phones can support that in terms of hardware, I think software and platforms will be a function of putting them together and integrating.
Yeah.
I think integration, how to say, look, every piece of software that we are basically eradicating from the teachers stack with the platform we have, actually there already, whatever you can think of can be integrated because they're just, if you put enough thought and heart to it, yeah, it's possible.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. I think you have this friend Jessica Tan. She says that hologram sounds like a scene out of the science fiction movie.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so it is like it maybe is but it's only going to be for a while.
Yep.
It's only going to be for a while. When I was doing the lightboard teaching, my student asked me whether I wrote backwards, but everyone now can just go and find something on YouTube and you can make it happen, right? It looks super cool, but if you know how to apply it for your teaching, you just need to put a bit of effort and that can be done. Yeah, but you're right. It's totally good. I have my imaginations lah. I share. This is the most interesting one that I was talking to my team about. But this is a moonshot. Okay, so I'm not saying that it's in our platform existingly, but I was looking at the 2014 CNA documentary on EduTech. They have an entire building of Chinese companies that were doing different things, content creation, video lessons, apps, and whatnot, LMSs. So one of the follow-up documentary was actually using facial recognition for crime detection. So I reached out to one of the Taiwanese startups, and I spoke with him about application for education. So I'm imagining in the future when you consume content, students, using just your webcam alone, you can detect micro expression of confusion or stress.
Yep.
And the technology can alter the learning experience immediately, such that the next question the kid is going to learn or take from encourages learning, inspire curiosity rather than stressing the kid out. Yeah. So I think that's those things are, these technologies are already available, right? It's whether we as educators are willing to experiment and try that. Yeah. Insofar as teaching as a knowledge transfer, I think that context is already out of question because now you have Google, right? You can put everything in your pocket. It used to be an easy way to be proud to say that you're a polymath you know everything in the world. You have insights to many subjects, but it's nothing now, right? So main thing is you are able to inspire, build curiosity, lor. So I mean like that's my own. I feel that I'm a learner as much as I'm an educator at heart, lah. I always look at these ideas and I'm like, wow, if in our lifetime we can have Tesla and we can send people to Mars, I'm sure we can do something for education.
Yep, and even travel to the space for a day.
Yes, absolutely.
Back on to Earth. I mean, because now it seems like we can't go to other countries, which is horizontal traveling, but you can go vertical now.
Yes.
And I really like the part that, I mean, if the holographic technology really come true, I think the teachers will be super excited. It's just like, oh, I can teach from home now, yay.
Yeah, I mean, you're tickling my imagination too. I'm very excited. Like, it sounds it's as futuristic as it may feel eerie for us. But I mean, I'm not surprised where if let's say 5-10 years down the road it's gonna be that difference. I mean, now we are in a season of many people putting up their courses online, right? So in time come, you will see differentiated learning. Everyone learn based on what they need rather than standardized kind of experience. If people put up their courses, you probably have like in 5 years down the road, or maybe even next 2 years, 5,000 courses just to learn how to code Python, for example. How do you know if one video course is better than the other, right? So I think that's the exciting part of the edutech journey, that we are looking at going forward.
And I think that it would be quite cool for the school teachers to have the liberty and the freedom to choose whatever course they want, because I think a lot of times the teachers may be able to draw a good course from online, and then she just do what a teacher do, which is to reiterate, to engage the kids and to connect the dots.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it'd be quite cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I think back to the science fiction thing, I thought because right now, I mean, I also subscribe to Netflix. Yeah, and now they are showing the Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
Yeah, by Michael J. Fox, I think. Yeah. And do you remember when it was shown? That's a memory.
No, I don't. I remember watching one of the 3 before, but no, I don't.
Probably back in the 1980s or 90s. I can't remember.
Yes,
Also.
1890s, yes. Exactly which year, no. But yeah, you're right. It's just fairly recently.
Yeah, and the thing that I want to raise up is that they have supercars, they have hoverboards, they have a lot of other things that then it was just science fiction to us when we were younger. But look at the today's world. You can just buy them from Amazon.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so I can imagine whatever we're talking about right now, you happen very fast within like 2-3 years. Because technology wise, I think for this I'm not sure the exact word, but the doctor is in a country, but he's able to control or even have holographic projection of the patient's maybe heart or parts of the body that he needs to operate on, and he just need to insert his hand into this robot thing and do the surgery in other parts of the world.
Remotely, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the future is exciting, man, and I mean, I'm jealous of what our kids will get to experience, in their learning journey. Yeah, but I mean, we are also very fortunate as educators to be able to see this unfolding in our lifetime. It's not like something that we know for sure it's not going to happen. It's happening, and yeah, that's super exciting for me.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Jessica, for joining us as well.
Thank you, Jessica.
Great. Okay, so we have come to the end of the sharing. What will be one key takeaway for parents?
I think one of the main things to take away with the digital divide that's coming, embrace technology. Yeah, it's a function of when, and the answer is soon, sooner than you think. Yeah, I think learning to be discerning in terms of choosing educators with the right approach towards the future is very important, because you are communicating the ability to learn, relearn, unlearn. You're communicating adaptability in the choices you make. If we continue to have a fixed mindset versus one that is growing or embracing what's an eventuality, then we are leaving the chances of our children growing to chance. Yeah. So if you ask me what's one takeaway, embrace the growth mindset, and embrace technology as part and parcel of learning for not just your kid but for yourself, to learn and grow.
Awesome. Great. If parents want to contact you or reach you, what would be a good way to get in touch with you?
So we are launching publicly for our platform soon. Okay, but where you can get us is facebook.com/pencil@home. Yeah, so for parents who is joining us in this journey, encourage you to join me on this page, Pencil at Home, facebook.com/pencil@home. But otherwise, if you want to reach me personally to talk about different things on edutech, you can reach out to John, or I'll just share with you my contact details lah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if let's say the parents message the facebook.com/pencil@home, it reaches you?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, this if it's an email address that we're looking for, is I think I'll put it in the comments below lah, because my name and some letters which if I pronounce
can, I think afterwards you just put inside the in as one of the comments lah.
Yeah, I'll put it in the comments. Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, we are not done yet lah. Okay, so for, because I think that okay, right now I will ask you a question because it's something that I always ask all my guests.
Yes.
And as you know, PSLE is coming soon, and probably the most kids will be very anxious, and their parents may feel even more anxious. Yeah, but anyway, so right now, if I may invite you to go down your memory lane, and as you go down to your younger self, you meet the 12-year-old Caleb. You meet the 12-year-old Caleb. Yeah, so he's so close to you that you can almost touch him, and he's looking at you right into the eyes. What will you say to him? What will you say to him? No wrong or right, can be anything.
I'll say to him, you'll do just fine. Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think I mean, when you look back, any success or failures, whether it's in your academic journey or in your life, is just a blip. Yeah, what matters in the end is that in this life you loved.
All right, thanks, Caleb.
You're welcome.
Do you know Zender? Vijaja?
Yeah. He's commenting on live now.
Yeah, he's saying hi there. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
just want to thank him for tuning in.
Yes.
Even though we like already like going to end soon.
Yes. Thanks so much, Zender. Yes, I remember we have great chat. We have a great chat. Yes.
Okay, so Xander and Jessica, thanks so much for being here. Jessica, you have been an awesome audience. Yeah, I mean, she has commented like over 10 posts.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thanks.
just to engage us. Thanks, Jessica.
Thank you so much. Thanks,
Okay,
Jessica. Appreciate your presence. She's like, yeah, very dear friend. And thanks so much.
awesome. Okay, great. Okay, parents, thanks so much for being here, and Caleb, thanks for sharing your insights on technology. And I think that even if we do this again next month, a few things will change because new things are always coming out into the markets every single day.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, we have new things lah. I can't wait to see what's happening.
Yeah, so teachers, hope that one day and your dream will come true. Holographic technology, when you can teach at home. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, thanks so much, Caleb. Don't go off first. I'll just stop the Facebook Live and then we'll just do a quick catch up and then
Yeah.
parents, bye bye. See you. See you
See
next week.
you.
Bye bye.
See you guys.